Don't look so miserable.
I'm trying not to. I'm trying to look all fucking chirpy. It's my face.
I see. Okay. 皆さんこんにちは。ネバネバチャンネルのモンゴメリー花子です。今クリスマスと年末年始のために、一時的にニューヨークに遊びに来ました。で、この機会をね、利用して実際に国際結婚をされていらっしゃる、両親
いらっしゃるって変に
もう両親に、どういうふうに出会ったか、そして、26年間
26 years.
結婚している間、どういうふうにねいろいろとハードルを、乗り越えたかについてインタビューしたいと思います。
My name's James Montgomery. I was born in New York City, but I grew up in London.
モンゴメリー太鼓です。はい。東京都は東村山から来ました。
So you guys grew up in different places. You're from different places. How did you two meet?
We met in London. We lived in the same apartment building. The rest of the answer is classified. 内緒です。
そうなの？
そうですね。
So when you were living together in London, right? How did you communicate?
She speaks English. 僕は少し日本語を喋るね。だから僕の奥様は日本人ですね。
で、イギリスに行く前は英語を話せたの？
いや、話せない。This is a pen が良かったと思う。
No. You spoke much better English than that. You knew some things which surprised me, frankly.
Such as?
Well, we were driving down Harrow Road once, near where we lived. I was talking about a friend of mine who had an extraordinary piece of good fortune, and she turned to me and said in the London dialect, "Rucky cunt, ain't he?"
Ah.
Because you taught me how to speak.
Did you ever feel that there were difficulties communicating because of your language barriers?
Sure, of course.
How did you get over that?
We used to have arguments. We've had so many arguments over the years.
Yeah, because he speaks French, right?
There's
So
nothing
he
left.
doesn't really understand why I cannot speak in English better than
Listen,
he
can I-
expected.
Can I tell you
So-
something? This interview is not an opportunity for you to attack.
So really? Anyway,
So how did you improve your language skills?
Just talk.
I guess.
Nothing,
Yeah.
There's no mystery to it.
It's more like, he likes to speak, right? So it's like a radio James, it's like, as soon as I got up in the morning, right?
I talk a lot.
Tuning.
Yeah.
When did you guys know that you loved each other?
That's a good question. Well, look, we got married after we'd been together for 4 months. I realised after I'd known her for about 2 to 3 months that she was an exceptional lady, and my feelings for her grew, and I decided I wanted to marry her. She's funny, she's smart, she's affectionate, she's loyal,
Anything?
and she's fun to be with, entertaining.
いや、その時はマジで、パーフェクトな感じの人だなと思ったの。
どういうこと？
頭もいいし、面白いし、自分が求めてた人に会ってた。その時はね。
違う。強調してるけど、その時はっていうのが、
その時はね。
今は違うの？
まあ、いろいろ分かればね。
Coming from different backgrounds, did you have any cultural differences? Were there any difficulties?
Funny enough, you mentioned that. I think the principal misunderstandings we've had have not been so much to do with national backgrounds, more to do with social backgrounds. Your mother comes from a working class background.
そこで差つける。
Her parents were both factory workers, and my background is a professional background. My father was a journalist.
すっごい嫌じゃないこれ。
And I think we've had some misunderstandings over the years because our class backgrounds, our social backgrounds.
マジか、そこか。すっ
そう
げえやつ
そう思わない
ね、これ。
そうは思わない。
いやー、そういうふうに思ったことは正直言ってなかったかな。例えばだよ、日本の人ってすごい綺麗好きでしょ。で、これ友達とかにも言ってすっごいフリークアウトするんだけど、例えば爪切った爪の残り残骸っていうのは汚いものじゃん、普通は。だから日本の人は新聞の上だったりそのゴミ箱に入るように切ったりとかする。この方お皿の上でお皿の上。考えられない、マジで耐えられません。
What do you think the other person loves most about you?
そこ長く考えるところ。
I think what she loves best about me is my unwavering commitment to my family. My father was a bit of a rascal. He really wasn't unfailingly committed to his family. But I have been, and I think she loves the fact that I am so.
子供に対してはすることをしなきゃいけないかったり、そう食べさせたりなんか世話をしなきゃいけないとか、そういうことをすべて一応はやってる。
So when you had children, right? Clearly you're both from different backgrounds. You speak different languages. Why did you decide to make your children bilingual?
We both agreed that if you grew up speaking only English, that would deprive you of any real contact with Japan, with the Japanese culture, and with your family in Japan. And that would be, in my opinion, and I believe Tayako agreed, that would be tragic.
What's one thing that you learned about Japanese culture from dating and being married to mom?
Decision by committee. But in the Western world, that is not the position. Greater stress is laid upon individuality. And I realized that when I used to go to Japan and spend time with your mother and you and your brother and her family. Sometimes it used to take a very long time to decide fairly sort of everyday things, such as where we would eat. There'd be this sort of quite long discussion about the relative merits and demerits of different restaurants. At times I used to find it a little frustrating because I didn't really see the need for it, but eventually I realized it's just the way things are done in Japan, and you just have to stand back and let them go on with it.
パパと結婚してイギリスとかアメリカの文化について何か特別に学べたと思う？
ものすごくなんていうの、個人主義、それの逆なのかもしれないけど、自分がいいと思ったらそうするし、他の人がどう思うと関係なく自分がやりたければやるし、自分がやりたくなかったらやらない。
何かを決めるときにやっぱりその決め方は変わったと思う？
変わらない。そ
ま
れ
だ
また変わらない。それはもう自分が生まれ育ったもの。
I think, after being married for 26 years now this year? Nearly 26 years. You can say that you've influenced each other quite a bit, and you've probably changed quite a bit over the years. But can you give me an example of maybe?
I think she's made me more aware of other people's feelings and made me more considerate of the way that I treat and speak to other people. I mean, whether that would have happened anyway as I got older, I don't know. But certainly your mother has always stressed to me that one has to be considerate of other people's feelings. My relations with other people have improved, but also it's been a useful exercise because, well, just it's a better way to live. Because you're considerate of other people doesn't mean you let them push you around, right? It's you shouldn't confuse it with weakness. Just don't behave like a complete prick.
お母さんは
もっと強くなったっていうか、打たれ強くなったかな。人それぞれいろいろなんていうの考え方があるから、みんながみんな一緒の意見じゃなくていいっていうことはすごく学んだかな。
自分をもっと表せるようになったのかな。自分の意見とか自分のやりたいこと。
なんかさ、日本にいるとみんながみんな同じ意見で合わなかったらそこに答えを例えばそこに持っていかなきゃいけないみたいな。
Why did you guys decide to move to New York?
I was bored in England. I didn't want to spend the rest of my life in England. England is a lovely country and has many good qualities, but it's a small place. I wanted to move. Also, because of my profession, because I was a lawyer, I couldn't go anywhere in the world where English was not spoken. I can't practice law in China. Come on.
お母さんは
I just want to introduce Nelson Nyantaro.
やったら
He's very nice.
足がすごい伸びてんだけど、2000年っていうさ、違う世代になるじゃないけどね、そういうのもあって新しいことをしたいっていうのは確かにあったね。
Now just to end the interview, can you thank each other for one thing?
You go first.
はいや、それはいろいろあるよ。だって I really wanted to, be with my kids.
And I made that possible.
Yeah, you did,
Yeah.
really,
Because I made the money, didn't I?
Yeah, sure. Otherwise, we couldn't do it. I really enjoyed, staying with my kids. And that's really brings me happiness.
Excellent. Now I thank her for something, right?
You don't have to.
No, I'm going to. Don't worry.
Okay.
I think above all, I thank you for your sense of humour. Really. Nobody's perfect. And I've got many failings as a husband, and you've got one or two failings as a wife. As a mother, you were superb, and you are superb. And I think that's very important. So I thank her for being the excellent mother that she has been and that she still is. You know, her children are adults now, but she's very kind to them still, and her maternal instincts are now directed at the cat, who is very spoilt as a consequence.
Well, thank you for your time. I know it's really late.
Yes, it is.
And here's to another 26, right?
Another 26, well, wait a second. In another 26, I'll be what?
Yeah, great.
Yeah, well, I'd be like 92. 'Cause I'm 66 now. Yeah, it's possible, but I don't know if I want to be alive when I'm 92.
マジか。
Why? I mean, you can't live forever.
And now say goodbye.
Goodbye. いってらっしゃいね。
バイ。